Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Charles Sabans. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show. We'll cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we'll give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. So let's get into today's show. So as you guys know, Isiah Thomas has been a long-time adversary of Michael Jordan, going back all the way to the 80s, right? Isiah has not been fond of Jordan whatsoever, and there are a bunch of reasons for that. As you guys know, some people feel that MJ came to Chicago, a guy from North Carolina came to Chicago and put the entire city and state on the map. And Isiah being a Chicagoan, he may have felt the kind of way about that, maybe Jordan's success and all of this. Maybe another issue that Isiah took with Jordan is the way that he's marketed as the greatest player of all time. And Isiah has been saying for years now that, for instance, LeBron James is better than him and blah, 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 blah. But recently, Isiah took it to a whole nother level here. And he put on a full-blown clown suit when he went on Run It Back TV. So he recently made a guest appearance on there. And they asked him to kind of list his GOAT list and all of that. And then it got to the point where he was talking about Michael Jordan and Kevin Durant. And he went on to say that if you had put Kevin Durant on the Chicago Bulls would have won 6 NBA championships. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Isiah Thomas is now saying that Kevin Durant is essentially as good a player as Michael Jordan. But before we even get into these insane comments, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, PrizePicks. All right, guys, it's that time of the year. The playoff push is on. Tournament hoops are in full swing. And there's no better way to cash in if you're right on all the clutch buckets and slam dunks than PrizePicks, where it's always good to be right. I finally jumped into their Team Picks feature, and I have no idea why I waited this long. First time I tried it, I was picking game winners and totals on basketball, and I actually came out right on my first one. But even more than that, watching the game just hits different. Every bucket, every run, every late game stop actually meant something. And here's what makes it even better. It's not just individual games. On PrizePicks, you can pick who cuts down the nets, who wins the whole thing, who takes home the MVP, tournament, playoffs, even the international baseball tournament. You can call your own shot on all of it and cash in if you're right. Team Picks are live right now in 35 states. That's California, Texas, Georgia, Washington, and more, all in the same PrizePicks app you already know. Download the PrizePicks apps today and pick your first game winner, spread, or total as the playoff push rolls on, and get $50 in daily fantasy lineups when you play your first $5 lineup when you use code CLNS. That's code CLNS to get $50 in daily fantasy lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks is good to be right. All right, so what we want to do now is we want to play what Isiah had to say, and then we're going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to Isiah Thomas' comments here.
I've never seen a basketball player like LeBron James. And so there's the eye test, and then now can we back it up with the numbers? And as I said last time I was on the show, he's breaking every single record that's ever been set in the game of basketball. And he's showing up in every individual category. Rebounds, points, assists, games played, baskets made. I mean, he's all over the board. There's never been a player in the history of the game like LeBron James. So does that make him the GOAT? In my opinion, yes. Now, if we're talking about MJ and Kobe, okay, and I guess we're only in the 6'6" category because that seems to be that what the GOAT debate has been defined. Criteria, you got to be 6'6" and under. So that means I can't count. I'm sorry, Boogie. We can't count y'all career. It don't
Sorry, Boogie.
count, you know?
Oh, I'm not even close. So no offense taken.
No, I'm just talking about like the big guys. I'm fighting for the big guys now, even though I'm a little guy. But I look at MJ and Kobe, right? MJ was the original, right? Mm-hmm. And we give credit to Kobe for being the best imitation of the original. So he's always second. Now, I can flip that order if we're talking about the rankings for me. I'm going LeBron, MJ, Kobe, but I just want people to know we're only talking about these three guys, the 6'6" ranking, because I don't want the observers like, oh, you said nah,
Observers.
Stupid observers.
these three guys, right? Okay, to me, I'm going LeBron, MJ, Kobe.
So you heard what he had to say. Well, NBA fans didn't take this lightly. And I came across an article from Fadeaway World with the following headline saying, NBA fans call out Isiah Thomas for disrespecting Michael Jordan. He's delusioned by hatred. It continues on. Hall of Famer Isiah Thomas and Michael Jordan have been at odds with each other for years now. Unsurprisingly, Thomas's comments didn't go well. Because he said Thomas claimed that the Chicago Bulls would have still won 6 titles if Kevin Durant won those teams instead of Jordan. Unsurprisingly, Thomas's comments didn't go well. He comes across as a bit bitter by firing these shots from time to time. And NBA fans ripped him on Twitter. One person said Isiah is delusioned by hatred. Another person said, swap Zeke out for Westbrook or CP3 and the Pistons probably 3P. One fan claimed that the Detroit Pistons would have won more if they had Russell Westbrook or Chris Paul instead of Isiah. Even Kevin Durant wouldn't agree with this dumb take. Zeke's hatred for Jordan is insane. Another person said, there is no grudge deeper than the Isiah Thomas grudge on Michael Jordan. Another person said, sore loser and still holds a grudge because Jordan and Scottie Pippen didn't let him play on the Dream Team. Another person said, and it just kept on going on and on. And then Michael Jordan made some comments as well that the article alluded to. You guys can go hunt down the rest of it there if you want to listen to it for yourselves. So anyway, that's what was said. What are my thoughts about this? Look, at this point, it's becoming, it's getting stupid, right? It's getting stupid at this point because we're no longer dealing with sense. And to suggest that Kevin Durant is not winning 6 titles the way Michael Jordan did. And the answer is very simple. Do you know why? Because Kevin Durant is not as good as Michael Jordan. That's all. I don't think we need to complicate this conversation. He's not as good as Michael Jordan. Michael is better than everybody. So saying, oh, if you put this guy, if you put that, no, they're not as good. The guy is better than everybody. So for Isiah to flippantly say it like that, it's almost like as if he's saying, yeah, he's not really that good. No, he is really that good. I think people forget this dude is the best basketball player, basketball player of all time. He's really, really good at basketball. Do you know? He's really, really good. So it's not as simple as that. You can't put anybody else and you're getting 6 titles. I don't care who you bring. Not Kobe Bryant, and I'm a Kobe Bryant fan. Kobe probably got 4. 6? No. Kobe's not as good as Michael Jordan, and Kobe Bryant is my favorite player. LeBron? Hell no. No. Let's face reality here. And I think that Isiah Thomas and some of these people are running away from reality. These people that you think they're not as good as MJ, and then the person you brought was Kevin Durant? Kevin Durant, did you see what happened to Kevin Durant when he was with the Brooklyn Nets, when they played against the Boston Celtics, I think in 2021, and they were allowed to play physical defense against him? Did you see what Kevin Durant turned into? He was like a 30%, 35%, high 30% field goal shooter in that series. High 30% field goal shooter. Kevin Durant, the most efficient scorer of all time. When they played him with physical defense, he could barely score. The whole entire NBA world was stunned. What happened to KD? He's efficient. Yeah, because he played against some physical D for once. And you saw what happened. Jordan was born in that. He molded by that, to quote Bane. But you're going to bring me Kevin Durant. Come on, man. Come on, stop. Knock it off. No. Bring somebody else. KD's not the answer. These are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, leave your thoughts in the comments, and we catch you on the next show. Peace.